I'm James, and welcome to Community Fit. If you are brand new to MoveLab, super simple. There's only one rule for you to remember in all of MoveLab, and that rule is whatever you're doing it 110% correctly. However you're moving, whatever choices you make, you want to pause, you want to continue to do something, whatever it is the correct choice, because MoveLab is all about you learning how to listen to and listen for signs your body's making, choices. Writing more of this. Do I like the way this feels? How do I need to modify things? What I urge you to do is not move like me. The way you watch me move is serving as a reference point for possibility, but it's also indicative of my lived history, how I have moved for my entire life, which is likely very, very different than you. So, as we explore and play today, we're going to start off with some breath work and some nervous system toolkit reset tools designed to support and help you through the exploration today. The exploration today is sort of a culmination of things we've been working on over the last few weeks. So we're taking some of those practices, stringing them together into what might be called an exercise sequence. Fancy way of saying we're just going to move, explore, and play today. So as we play, you're likely to get kind of worked up. You might feel disembodied. You might feel your heart race a little bit, or a pain signal might come up. That's where we use the beginning tool set, the breath work and the nervous system toolkit stuff, as we move and explore. What I encourage you to do is, likely you're coming to class today with exercise experience of your own. So as we play, you're like, oh, that looks like a bridge. Oh, that feels like a squat. Oh, that it's sort of like a push-up, but not quite. Yeah, yes, yes and no. All of those exercises are movements with a ton of rules and regulations on them. Do this with your arm, do this with your head, do it this many times, do it that deep, that high, whatever it is. MoveLab is more curiosity-based, like, oh, this is a thing you could possibly do. And this is a body part that is connected to other body parts. And it serves as a jumping off point to bigger and more complex movements, especially here in foundation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with breath work. Your job today is to just follow along with what feels good and to begin to get curious. What do these things feel like? What do these things look like? Where have you seen them before? Where could they be expanded into bigger things? And what of these serve as little nuggets for you to go back and revisit so you can get better at moving throughout your life? The breath work for today is the physiological side. We've done it before, we're doing it again. This is one of my favorites. It's super simple. It's a double inhale followed by a single exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. I'm going to demo it once. Together, we're going to do it 5 times afterwards. And we're going to move right into some of our nervous system toolkit stuff. So, physiological side looks and sounds a lot like this. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 5 times together. Three more. Last couple. One more. From there, get your hands warm. Take your nice warm hands, place them possibly on the jaw or the cheeks. Does that feel good? If so, stay there. If not, maybe try the neck or the throat. That feels really good. If it was me, I'd probably stay here longer. But the guiding light, you can move down to your chest, your belly. You can even go hands underneath armpits. One hand one place, another hand somewhere else. Where would feel really good to bring some warmth and some touch today? Maybe it's not where you're in pain. It's probably not where you're in pain. It's probably somewhere else. Sometimes we want to fix the pain stuff, like, oh, I've got a creaky neck, so I'm going to fix that before I get started. word of advice, go somewhere that feels really good and let your nervous system do the work of fixing whatever it is. Now, you can stay there, or you can move on to some orientation. Just beginning to look around the room. In fact, if it was me, I'd stay there because my body is saying like, oh, that touch feels really, really good. But for orientation, begin to look around your room. Just notice objectively things that are in the room. That might sound like plant, picture, door, window, mirror. You're just naming and noticing the things in the space. What's above you, to the right and left, even behind. Just intaking your room, maybe even slower. Notice all of the unique movements you're getting, the twists, the side bends, the neck movement, the weight shifting. And it's good for your nervous system. It wants your nervous system wants to name, wants to recognize the space you're in right now. Then just begin to rock side to side. We'll play with this action more. We'll call it seaweed spine in our practice today. But for now, as a nervous system exercise, we would probably call this the cerebellar sway. Very fancy way of saying rocking left and rocking right and just taking your time. Noticing the parts of you that are more willing to move and the parts of you that are less willing to move. Your body loves rhythmic movement. Now you can keep doing that or slide your legs out in front of you. Dip your hands into some imaginary paint. Whatever color works best for you today. Maybe it's a favorite color of the day. And we're going to paint the legs, tops of the legs, sides of the legs, back sides of the legs, all the way from the toes to the hips, touching wherever you can touch. Then bring in one leg. I take my chest down to that knee. And then I change my mind and I take my chest towards this knee. And I take my chest over here and then over there. Then swap legs. I take my chest this way and then this way. Now, you can keep doing that or leave the leg that's in front of you right now there and take the other leg to the side. This is my right leg and this is my left leg. I'm going to move my arms behind me and then I'm going to swap my knees to the other side. Notice as I do this that I'm not moving my feet. The goal here, this is a hip, pelvis, low back, and more mobilization exercise. It's like a flexibility situation. And what I'm hoping is to get my hips and my back, and even right now some shoulders, to get a little more mobile, a little more flexible, a little more moving. Four, and three, and two, and one. From there, I'm going to bring the soles of my feet relatively together. And then like little butterfly wings, little bat wings, I'm just going to take them up and down. The inside of our hips and groin often gets really tight on a lot of people. And that can affect leg mobility, can also affect low back stuff. And surprisingly, it can also affect stress levels because you got a lot of blood that flows through that inner groin. When it gets tight, it's a message to the body like, uh-oh, something is tense, something is constricted. You should notice this. So working on that flexibility helps with leg and low back stuff, also tension and stress. From there, rocking right and left, right and left. Now, we're going to begin to explore here. Notice how I'm allowing my spine to do that cerebellar sway. I'm allowing it to go even bigger. So this is now seaweed spine, which we've talked about. Essentially, the idea that my spine has become seaweed and it's just moving right and left. We're going to start going into, I think, probably one of the most important lessons we can cover in any movement class, falling practice. Yep, learning how to fall better, creating a better relationship with falling. Why? Because falls and balance is important. Learning how to be on and off center is important. Also, falling teaches us to navigate fear and stress within our system. And the fear of falling is one of the big reasons why we don't take risks in movement. So the better in relationship, the better you know the sensation of going on and off balance, the better mover you become. You start at very, very safe levels here. So from there, I can just put one hand down and then the other. Can I just allow my spine and my body to get a little softer? And maybe even want to here do some physiological sides. For some of you, undoubtedly, things got a little more anxious the minute I said learning how to fall. Maybe I want to do some orientation here. Or and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, come to your mat. Take your hands behind your legs and just slowly take yourself down to the ground. Then stretch your legs and see if you can come back up. So the full action looks a little bit like this. If you can get there, great. If not, maybe for you today, it's just learning how to go shape of letter C, shape of letter I, C, I. C to roll back, all the way up to letter I. Just what of that is your body willing and ready to do today? If you can do that, how about taking your hands to the front of your legs? Or forearms. If you can do that, come up, slide your legs, pinch your legs, come back, up, slide, paint. Take your legs back in, whatever works best for you. Now let's go to rolling down your spine. See if you can roll down through the right body, meaning right hip, right ribs to right shoulder. Then when you come back up, both butt cheeks equally rounded. To the right, up, to the left, up, to the right, up, to the left, up. One more each way, right, and left, all the way to the back. Can you roll to the left, all the way to the left? Then to the right, all the way to the right. How smoothly do you transition left to right? How does it change if we just change our shape a little bit, taking the right hand, placing it somewhere else? Or left hand somewhere else? That somewhere else is infinite in options. Literally anywhere you want to go. Right to left. End on the side with the screen, or you're looking at the screen, and make a big shape. Make a little shape, other side. Big shape over here. Roll. Big shape. Roll. Big shape. Roll. Just making the biggest shape you can make. In order to change it, you can just grab onto something. Come up. Look somewhere else. Rolling. Big shape. You've got that. What if you roll big shape? How much of you can come off the ground? Back down. Little shapes. Roll. Big shapes. Little shape, roll. Big shape. If you can, come off the ground. Up. Come off the ground. Over. Big. Off the ground. Over. Big. Over. Big. Onto your back. Take a moment. Maybe you need a break here. From there, right leg, left arm. Touch each other out in front of you. Back down. Other side. Touch and go. Touch and go. Touch and go. Playing with different body parts, touching different body parts. Elbows, wrists, toes, backs of the knees, inner thighs, whatever it is. One part of your body touching another part of your body out in front of you. Then right arm, left leg touch each other and hold on. I don't care what that is. You've got a lot of options there. Whatever it is, hold on. Can you go from this lying down shape to a seated upright shape? Back to a lying down shape. Back to a seated upright shape. Back to a lying down. And an up. And a down. And an up. Go back down, switch sides. From this shape, up. Two more. Lying on the side where you can actually see into the screen. From there, lying down, making the longest shape with your body you can make. Top arm comes up. It's a touch and go moment. Top foot touches top hand and back down. Remember, this is a game of tasks, making something very specific happen. That foot will touch that hand. If it doesn't, you haven't done the exercise. Having said that, no one said you needed to keep your knees straight, or that you couldn't roll back, or that your hand had to be somewhere specific. Where works for you for that foot to every single time touch the hand? 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time it's up, grab whatever you've got. Hold, movement puzzle. How does this whole situation end up behind you somewhere? For me, it looks like this. And then back up. And down and around. And back up. Down and around. Back up. 2 more. Down and around. Back up. Down and around. Stretch the leg behind you, arm in front of you, and then they change positions. Again, change, 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 change. One more, each position. Rest. Let's do the other side. I'm going to just flip-flop over so that we can still kind of see each other here. Top arm, touch and go. Remember, yours is going to look different than mine, likely. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. However it gets there, take it behind you. Take it back up. Down and around. Back up. 3 more. Down and around. Back up. 2. 1 more. Take it behind you. Leg stretches backwards, arm forward. They change positions. Rolling onto the stomach. Come to your forearms here. Pushing down to go up. Then relax. Pushing down to go up and relax. Cardinal rule. If you want to come up higher, something's got to push down to go up. Staying up, rocking, right arm, left arm. It's back to that seated spine. Now kind of learning like, oh, I'm kind of using one side to go to the other side. Right side pushes me left, left side pushes me right. Look at that. Now I can stay there, or I can open up to baby lizard arms, just kind of taking my arms out to the side. Right side pushes me left, left pushes me right. I can stay there or start to come up and back down. Back up. Back down. In my own body, I'm feeling my way through, like which ribs, which vertebra feels like it's ready and willing to move, and how can I get that motion into those sticky areas that would rather not. And relax. Bend your knees, take your hands underneath your armpits. Push the floor away from you with both hands and knees, and stretch back. Come forward, decelerate your way back down. Again, it's a push to a stretch. Forward, decelerate. Push, stretch. Forward, decelerate. Push, stretch. Forward, decelerate. Push, stretch. If that works for you, keep doing that. If not, come to hands and knees. From there, weight shift forward towards your hands, and then weight shift back towards your feet. That's forward and back. Forward and back. My toes and feet push me forward. My hands push me backwards. Forward, back. Now I can stay there doing that, or find a place that's neither forward nor backwards. And go to the right, and then the left. Right, left. Stay there or go to a place that's neither right nor left. Then I can go forward to the right, back to the left to go forward. I'm now circling around center. Then reverse. This is not only a good core exercise, shoulder, hip exercise, it's wrist flexibility, it's knee flexibility, it's a lot of things. Find your center. Pull, lift your feet. Kitty cat push-ups. We're imagining we're a cat. We got a bowl of water between our hands. We go down, taste the water, come back up. Taste the water, come back up. Explore. What is it like if my elbows go out to the side versus towards my feet? Somewhere in between. Which one do I like the best? Then you can move the bowl of water forward a bit or really forward. Playing. Which place feels the best for you today? 3, 2, 1. Give your hands a shake out. Come up to a high hill, rocking right and left, right and left and left. Now this might work for you. You might want to go so far that the leg begins to come up. So far that we go into that rocking, falling practice. You may even want both hands to support you. You may want to do it in a way that liberates a limb behind you, meaning that back leg can go, can do, can be whatever it wants to be to support the way you're falling. 3, 2, 1 more. From there, go ahead and come all the way up. Standing up. Open your feet a little wider than you are, rocking right and left. Right and left. Now, for some of us, this is enough balance work here. Or I can rock to the right side, to the left, to the right, to the left. Now go back to flat foot, right, left. When you rock to the right, twist to the right, twist to the left, rock, twist, rock, twist. You can do that, or feet. Twist. Yawn to the left side of the feet, all the way over, adding a twist. Abs have to really work. Keep that action going. And rest. Pick up all of your toes, spread them, set them down. Pick them all up, spread, set them down. Pick them up, spread, set them down. Pick them up, spread, set them down. 2 more. 1 more. From there, lift your heels, set them down. Play. What is it like if I just lift them enough to get a piece of paper? Or all the way up to the highest tiptoe. What accessory movements does my body do? Does it need to go into an arch? Do I have to go here? Nothing is wrong. You're just creating a movement ladder, understanding your body's reactions. And if you don't like it, how do you work towards something else, another choice? Ending today with a game of up and down. Takes us all the way back to like week number 1. Stand up. Then sit down. That's it. Once you're down, stand back up. If this game is too hard to do it on the floor, pull out a chair, sit in a chair, stand back up. If the chair is too high, a little box, a little cushion, playing with different levels. Sitting down, standing back up. How many different ways can you figure out to sit down? How many different strategies can you have to come back up? Maybe it's I would use my arms. Maybe it's one arm in front of me or an arm up. Maybe it's hands behind the head. How many different strategies can you come up with to go down and to come back up? That simple, right? That hard. Over and over and over again. When you're ready, stand up, two hands on your heart. Be nice, deep inhale into your own heart. Yourself. Thank you for showing up today. Take a look around your room, floor in particular. Think your space. It was a partner with you today. And most important, thank you for inviting us into your community and for being a part of ours. Anyone you see on screen, anyone in the room with you, dogs, cats, small animals included, say thank you for being in relationship. Thank you all so much. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I definitely apologize. We had some glitches. We started a little late and There were a few messages that popped up that maybe shouldn't have, but Raymond and I were working on getting things all nice and smooth. So as many of you know, our Wednesday morning classes are generally going to be recorded. We've got some conflicts with the schedule, with James' schedule, but he is always recording a new session for you for each Wednesday. So it is a special class. It would be what he'd be teaching if he was live. If you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to me. You can reach out to him, communityfit@westernhealth.com, and then james@jamescrater.com. But we will be back, and James will be here live tomorrow for MoveLab Dynamic at 12:15, and then of course, Reset and Restore on Friday. So thank you again. Again, apologize for some of the little glitches, but we'll get them worked out. And yeah, we'll stick around for just a minute. If you have any questions, just go ahead and pop them in the chat. Thanks, guys.